Hello, greetings. Live from ground zero. Well, sort of live. I'm going to change my video situation here too. A little bit higher quality. Maybe. See how things go. Trusty flashlight there. Bunch of stuff in the background. You see that. So, air conditioner will be thrown out the window eventually. I'd rather not be part of that. But anyway, I've done enough of that. So we're back. Power is back. A lot of frustration is over. It's still, much of the area is actually out of power still. I was surprised to get power today, actually. Happened later this afternoon. It happened around 5 o'clock Eastern time, around about 5:30, around 5 o'clock. So I was really surprised by that. I was expecting it to get Sunday. So this is nice. It feels better because I was sitting in here doing the video yesterday, and I was sweating bullets. It was unbelievable. And I wasn't here. Now, during the hurricane, I don't think I mentioned this, but I was saying, I forgot. During the weekend of the hurricane, I was up here. It was like 80 degrees. It was great. So it was cold here. It was nice. And now it's not cold. Anyway, well, I guess, anyway. That storm shook this place up. Not as bad as Jacksonville. It flooded Jacksonville, at least the downtown area. And Naples, it hit pretty hard. And Miami, it hit pretty hard. Here, it downgraded so fast. It didn't, I mean, the worst I got is that air conditioner leaking around it. And a lot of wind. That was about it. So, for the most part, it was okay. Power outage, which I was expecting to go a lot longer, but either way, it was all right. That was kind of a pain because everything kind of stood still. Most of the businesses there are not back to order. Obviously, the food places, some of them, the grocery stores are open. But a lot of the places are still, they don't have any power. McDonald's down here has no power like it matters. I think it should stay that way, but whatever. It's kind of weird seeing McDonald's have nobody there. I think Wendy's got power recently. I think so. But anyway, it's just kind of, anyway, whatever. So here we are, back together again. This is going to be most likely a short one. I'm catching up on questions, so my schedule is open again on sessions if anybody's interested in that. I have to close some parts off, but everything is slow everywhere. State of Florida is not in good shape right now. So, of course, not as bad as the Caribbean, but it is not in good shape. Not as bad as Houston. Parts of it are, sort of, yeah. Not as bad, but Houston got it, not at all. Thank goodness. Yeah, the last time we got really hit like this was 2004. It's hard to hit this area. So you need a Cat 5 to do it. And sure enough. But even there, I lost a lot of power, but still. It was not much rain. It was mostly wind, and the wind took out trees. It took out houses. I took out one house, took out another house, and some of the business signs got bent over, but some roofs got ripped off, obviously. Now, if this thing was a Cat 5 and hit here, you would not be seeing me right now. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I might be able to do, I'll be out of power for a very, very long time. So, but it didn't happen here. Yeah, it's kind of a hard area to hit. So, but either way, it's, anyway. So, as for agenda, webinars are back, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do a makeup one. We'll see how things go. Just play it by ear. But what's going on? Oh, okay. Was this thing man-made? Probably. Does the Illuminati care? Not really. Does a small force? It's not just one person, it's several. I did see an image of, maybe I created it. I don't think I did, because I feel like an image got put in my head of like a guy in a white coat in like a white facility. And that's when I asked if this thing is man-made or not. So it could have been Africa where it's been designed. It could be certain places. So yeah, there are certain agendas. It's hard. I don't know if we'll ever know. Does it matter? Not really, but are these things man-made? Probably. Are tornadoes man-made? Probably. They know how to screw around. Not to say Mother Nature doesn't do her own thing, because like Irma, I believe, could have downgraded herself, and she chose not to. And they choose to do whatever they want. Once they're created, they can do whatever they want, and they're not always entirely controlled. That's my feeling is on that. Now, not to say these things don't create themselves. I mean, they do create themselves, but also they're assisted by anomalies here also. So you never really know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, there's many agendas going on here. So if it wasn't, could have been aliens. It could have been, I don't know. Anyway, it could be. Why not? The normal stuff is just the normal mentality here is to go back into the matrix and be a good human. And of course, then you call it conspiracy theory or whatever it is, theorist, whatever. But there's definitely a presence here, and humanity's not ready to see it. That's why you have Netflix. So as soon as I start feeling something real, I just run to fiction and go hide there. But yet, the fiction has all the stuff that we're talking about, which is weird. Like Star Wars Land and Disney, and it's like, oh wow, now we can pretend we're somewhere else. Fuck. We got a long ways to go. I have a long ways to go. Some will just not. They'll just go backwards with ascension. Probably, it's a little bit too much. Especially when you have frog people talking to you, reptilians talking to you, anything from an alien ship, talking to you. Humanity is just gonna say, "Oh, okay, no thanks. Just give me my TV guide. Everything will be fine." Maybe during first contact, they'll just give out TV guides to those that aren't ready for it before they pull out their shotgun. Jeez. And they can be coming in peace all they want. Doesn't matter. So just like the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch can be very friendly. It doesn't matter. Humans are going to grab a gun. So it's like, jeez, just here, give them a TV guide instead. So, yeah, we got a long ways to go for ascension. I hope that's not negative, but just it's observation. Let's put it that way. Because truth is a little bit too crazy for people to connect with. Let's see what we got for hurricane energies. Most likely it was man-made, as all things. But they screw around with Mother Nature's energies. Yes, hurricanes are made, but usually not that powerful. They are throughout time, of course, but then again, there's stronger storms also. Also, I believe the consciousness is involved with it also. It's like, let's put it this way. What I'm getting is like, okay, let's put it this way. It's man-made, the hurricane's man-made, but the human consciousness connects to it. It's like, yeah, we want to experience that. So let's make a real big one. It's like, look at it that way. Well, look at it wherever you want. Either way, we're all connected to everything. And they don't teach that in schools because schools all screwed up. So, the reality of the world is too much for people. So, so we have this kind of cookie cutter version of life right now. A bunch of old men in Congress and all that, like 90 years old, and very, very creepy. I mean, if you want to go to a horror movie, you don't have to go into a movie theater. You just turn on your TV with it and just look at what Washington's doing. It's a horror movie right there. So, and people don't realize it. They think you have choice in parties, and that matters. But nobody's gonna buy into that. So, yeah, a lot of this is no matter who created it, whatever, it's a test. And that's true. Whatever it is, it's a test. It's all a test. It's see what level you are at, where you will go spiritually, whatever it is. It could be the Illuminati part. It could be a vast amount of layers there. Either way is to see what makes us tick no matter what. We're testing ourselves. That's 90% part of it. We're not here being victims. We see a test, we jump into it. Or be like Kirk Cameron, jump on a plane and fly away. and then just call us a bunch of sinners. Like, whatever, it's fine. But whatever. Either way, we're here to experience whatever we're here to experience. It's like, okay, I don't have enough money to leave for it. Even if we had, like, with this hurricane coming here, even if we did evacuate, which I'm glad I didn't evacuate, because that thing would have flooded this whole room. So evacuation's not always a good idea, especially you run out of gas, you're heading out of state, no gas, you're just going to sit there in your car during a hurricane. That's not cool. And hopefully nobody I imagine people have been through that. That's horrible. One thing being in a house, or it's has at least 90-mile winds, at least, probably 70, either way. That's scary stuff. And being in a car during something like that, and for that long, because it went on all night. So it started around 2 p.m. Sunday, around there. Power went out. It started blowing probably around 6. And then stopped. It just got more powerful. And of course I slept through it because I didn't feel like dealing with it. There are ways of doing that. It's like, hey, that thing's not that bad. It's got 500 pieces of tape on it. It did open up a little bit. Some of the tile is already kind of cheap tile, so it's kind of bent a little bit, but that's fine. But if I evacuate it, but not funny. So anyway, but basically, it's all a test, and it's on how you look at it. You can play victim, which is okay. I mean, do what you got to do. Yeah, and there's some fear mongering, I guess, going on with the ascension. Some people say you're not doing enough in the ascension. I say just do what you got to do. Be yourself. Don't anybody tell you what to do. Do what is right for you. Yeah, because that gets weird when somebody's telling you what to do. I mean, they give you they can give you ideas, but when they say it like you better do this or you're not going to be involved with whatever, it's just that's not good stuff. So we all have our own rules, for ourselves. Yeah, I mean, who thought? I mean, what happened recently? Of course, other stuff happened, not just 2 hurricanes. Houston here, of course, there's Jose. It'll probably hit Canada. They're not prepared. Probably a Cat 1, maybe stronger. It's hard to say. What it looks like, unless it turns. It's New York City, which I don't think it's going to happen. But terrible. Anyway, jeez, that's terrible. Anyway, and what happened with the earthquake? Was it Mexico got hit by an earthquake and a hurricane? There's another system out there, but it's not that big of a deal. But some weird stuff. And politics also. It's not to divert you from 9/11. I don't think that. I don't think these storms happen to divert you from 9/11. And I mean, people here have no homes now. The Caribbean has no homes at all. I mean, some areas are just gone. And just because they're not paying attention to the 9/11 conspiracy, it's like, what are you talking about? So anyway, like if this thing is man-made, I don't think they can fully control it. They don't really care. But they help nature along, from what I feel. Yes, nature creates its own hurricanes, but it does seem like these organization helps it out when they have an agenda, when they have a reason for it. They just don't do it for the hell of it. They have purpose behind it. Or they'll lower our vibrations, see what we're going to do. They're connected more to spirit than we are, so they see things a lot more clearly. A lot of us are on missions. We're not always supposed to see everything. You're seeing what you are here to see. Not to say you can't see more, but it is just be yourself, basically. It's what. Just be you, basically, whatever that might be. And find your path of, it's weird times. These storms might get more powerful. Earthquakes might get. I'm not feeling the earthquakes as I'm feeling more hurricanes in the future. Which moving to Mexico sounds, or Arizona sounds really good right now. Anything's possible. I mean, this Irma was as big as the state. It's like, I mean, it's one thing it went up the west and hit us, but this thing hit people in West Palm Beach, and the eye was over here. So anything's possible. It's a high possibility of stronger storms coming. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. Who knows? But it's getting weird. As for the financial situation, like people are talking about financial collapse, I think around the 23rd, maybe. I think I heard that somewhere. I'm not seeing that, but I just see a lot of insider trading. That's normal. Alien awareness not very high. Maybe controversies about CIA stuff like that might start coming out. Maybe in the future. I just see the CIA going through there. They're not doing too well right now. That's pity of them. That's not something I normally tap into either. I just feel that they're going through some kind of, I don't think it's a terrorist attack. I mean, they have their own, manufacturing everything, manufacturing problems. Not to say there's not real terrorism, but they're not helping it, that's for sure. They have agendas, and I believe around the United States, it has like a grid around it. Not to say it's always going to be perfect, but meaning that the agendas are not to attack us fully yet. I mean, think about your imagination go anywhere with that. But we haven't really had a big one like 9/11 for a reason. Not to say, like 2008 was kind of like a 9/11. That was orchestrated. It was a combination of things. I don't think you're going to see that again anytime soon. In the future, maybe. People are scared. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. They're not always going to be able to predict everything. It's just not meant to be. Like with the the rise of Canadian culture, not necessarily politics, but culture seems to be becoming kind of drifting into the United States slowly in certain areas. I think it's already been doing it. I just got a burst of that. Probably Seattle area. I think that's already been going on, but just see like more Canadian culture, more, I don't know what their culture is, but just seem like some influences coming from there to the United States. The United States, we don't have any culture. So the only help we can get, as you might see. We need a lot of help there. We're getting there, sort of. Well, we have the weed culture. I guess that's culture. We have the smoking. We have that. That's our culture. Well, then we got culture then. Yep, definitely have the storm. Light them up. Light it up during the storm. It's might go a little bit slower for you. I'm not sure if you want to light something up during that, but anyway, that's your deal. State of politics is always going to be bad. North Korea seems to be somewhat quiet, but that won't last long. North Korea is unknown right now. I don't see any major threat from. He's going to be blasting his missiles everywhere, unfortunately. But I don't see a major Russian island get wasted. I don't see that happening. I think it's just going to be. Yeah, it's not. It's real stuff. He's not. Anything can happen, but it feels like he's standing down, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be trying to get attention. And what he's saying in the media isn't always saying what is going on, obviously. Our media is just as corrupt as North Korea's. They think, it's like, look at their propaganda, but look at our propaganda. It's like they're both bad. But the American does not see it that way. They plug themselves in and enjoy the ride. when you unplug it and you start seeing what's going on, aliens and secret government, CIA running most of the programs here, Disney, whatever it might be. It's like, yeah, Disney's like seen as like the happiest place in the world, which is gross, but it's friendly. It's supposed to be seen as safe. It's not safe, and it's just part of the programming. It's just to spoon you a program, obviously. And they're doing it in such a sneaky way. It's working really well. The other companies are doing it in their own way, and that's working well in their own way. It's all just programming that is. And when you clear all that, you see reptilians, you see Nordics, you see a lot of being Martians that are definitely here. Martians don't like to be seen. From what I'm feeling, they don't want to be known here. I mean, negative ones at least. I believe the Martians are probably worse than the reptilians, from what I'm feeling. They're very egotistical, very nasty, and it's like a video game. They're very masculine. Even the females, in some ways, they're very. It's like a movie. I do feel that they're here, and humanity is not going to acknowledge that, at least for the most part. You have to see one, but first you got to see the propaganda you're being sold every day and unplug from it, all of it. And that's a little bit easier said than done. That is very difficult to unplug from everything because the real world is hidden so well. Well, sort of. Such as what happened to a security team on YouTube about his bike. It's possible he has people watching him. It's possible that they infiltrated his bike. It's possible. Even if it does seem like a natural problem that he had, there could have been obvious tampering done to it also. Anything is possible, these people. Also, I was told about a story of, I forgot, there's like ufologist. I don't know if it was on YouTube. Anyway, he got somebody ran his car into him, and they got the driver's license, all that, and the guy, and then when they, I guess later on, they said this guy doesn't even exist. That stuff's out there. Cops know it, but they do this stuff that's natural. Like, well, anybody can. They do these things very, like an actress that's kind of shady over ODs, like Marilyn Monroe. They do stuff out there just right in your face. But of course, they hide it as best they can. Especially with Tyler, with the security team with his bike, he just like crushed his leg. Who knows? It could have been easily tampered with. But hey, just say, hey, something wrong with the bike, no big deal. Or that was a natural phenomenon. That was natural that happened. That's how the elites work. They do things like, oh yeah, your car had this problem, or the brakes are out. Things happen all the time. So, they keep themselves pretty well hidden. So they don't want to be seen, obviously. But they're here. And, and they are analyzing like storms like this. They have power, nobody else does. I mean, I imagine those things exist, they don't care. And you say, oh yeah, I just work down at such and such, and actually they work for security, for the, for the intelligence with the CIA and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, I mentioned this before, and I'm gonna go because I was gonna channel, but I don't have energy. But there's Lockheed Martin is right by International Drive. That's in Orlando. A tourist area is like you have a tourist area, you have Lockheed Martin. Not through the whole tourist area, but a good portion. It's like, what is that doing there? It's like, if you take a wrong turn, you end up in Lockheed Martin. There's no way to turn around. Because I went down that road on accident. I've done it twice now, and they asked me for my ID. They just said, this is private property. It's like, God, is that spooky? It's like there's no way to turn around. It's like they probably have spies and all kinds of stuff there. Fuck, man, it's weird. It's like, why is Lockheed Martin right by a tourist area? Is it cheap land? I mean, they have other places in Orlando you can go. Very bizarre. Yeah, stay close to the mind control. Stay close. Keep it going. This is where they get their contracts. alien technology. They probably have that. Most, and it's all obviously classified. Wonder why you don't know about it. I don't know. It's just so many layers of truth here that are not going to be easy to see, but eventually stuff's going to come out here and there. But most people won't believe it because they're in the matrix. So anyway, that's the way it goes. There's a lot. Yeah, it's unbelievable insanity that's out here, and that's what we're here about. Is I don't know. It's not like we can bring out, who's really running the show here, but you never know. All right, blessings. That's all I got for tonight, and hopefully, see you guys tomorrow. And I have some other things coming up, but I'll bring it up later. Okay, blessings. Take care. Have a great night.